Hi, good morning everyone. This is Ruth Mission Abuan, your senior vlogger. I tackle all possible issues of today, even that of yesterday and tomorrow, as long as it is worth knowing and sharing. If you did not subscribe to this channel yet, please do subscribe now and click the bell button to keep updated of new videos in case I cannot send the link promptly. Ruth Mission Abuan's YouTube channel. Like and you may leave a message as I gladly acknowledge and welcome all sorts of interests. Corruption is sickening. What is corruption and why is corruption so rampant? What should be the value of an official or government employees to stop corruption? Do we have wrong officials? Wrong officials since time immemorial? Have we voted the wrong guy or appointed a wrong person? Wrong candidate perhaps? Well, whatever there is in our mind, what is sure, there is money in every department. There is public funds in every government unit. Money and public funds for the people, not for a few lucky ones. President Duterte and his administration has a strong political will to topple down oligarchs, drug personalities, and corrupt officials. Investigations, examinations, and inquiry are simultaneously ongoing on both lower house and the Senate. This time, PhilHealth is in hot water and some top officials of this institution are in hot seat. Republic Act number 3019, known as Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices, was approved and took effect February 20 of 1989. It is a policy of the Philippine government, our government, in line with the principle that a public office is a public trust to repress certain acts of public officers and private persons alike, which constitute graft or corrupt practices. Take note, February 1989. And yet, almost every year, we have investigations related to graft and corruption. Do you think we have to revise the mandate or revise the organizational structure and staffing standards of a government institution as often as possible? Do you think so? Now, what do you think? Surely you've got the same recommendation as I do. Being tired and sick of corruption, how can then a staff establish or get acquainted with the policy of a certain organization if the organizational chart is always revised? Well, Filipinos are clever and resilient. For sure, these officials will easily learn. Could you just imagine these PhilHealth top officials had been in their office for 10 to 20 years and with a salary higher than a trusted and respectable senator. Yeah, respectable senator because they could go as far as 600,000 to millions if they intend to plunder. True enough, as a popular text on King James Version, 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10 to be, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." Corruption is the root cause of all evils because there is money behind every story of corruption, fraud, and plunder. Government-appointed officials underwent thorough scrutiny before their appointment or installation into office. They passed the standards supposedly as per their good standing and reputation. Somehow, in between, it's screwed up. The reason? Temptation to the love of money. It then takes a heavenly value of character to successfully finish a term untarnished in the field of employment in a government setup. Though not everyone though. By the way, what is our ombudsman for? It could be another topic to behold. Ombudsman. Anyways, I just wanted to compare two hospitals that had been dragged into this controversy. The Philippine General Hospital in Manila, referred to as UPPGH, and Southern Philippines Medical Center in Davao City, SPMC. UPPGH and SPMC are both tertiary hospital administered and operated by the government. To date, SPMC became the largest hospital in the Philippines after it was authorized to expand to 1,500 beds as per Republic Act 1132-6, surpassing PGH. It caters patients from nearby Visayas and people of Mindanao. It has a training support from National University in Singapore and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in the U.S. Formerly named as Davao Regional Medical Center. It is actually more than 100 years old hospital, originally for the sakadas or ordinary workers. In 1920, it became a concrete hospital that eventually was modernized in the succeeding years. Southern Philippine Medical Center is not a hospital of Davao City. It is a hospital in Davao City that caters whole of Mindanao and part of Visayas. It has more or less 22 clinical departments and still growing to meet the demands of almost half of the Philippines territory. To include is a House of Hope in the main building and in the annex for carriers of cancer patients that comes outside of Davao City. Recorded a total admissions of 76,586 and 586,278 outpatients last year. UPPGH was established in 1907 but was opened to the public after 3 years, in September 1, 1910. So far, it is the largest training hospital in Luzon for the University of the Philippines Health and Science students with a bed capacity of 1,350. More or less, UPPGH has 15 clinical departments. Somehow, maybe it's growing now. Records show 600,000 of patients yearly. Whatever there is that entices people to corruption is certainly not acceptable. Nevertheless, all government officials are aware that this administration means business as to stopping corruption and other criminalities. There are sometimes intrusion into the government's reform program by the opposition. Hopefully, it will not be a hindrance for cleansing. Together we pray for a better Philippines. Stay safe everyone. God bless and see you on my next video.